Alright guys, Kenny Smith, Total Force Holdings Incorporated. I'd like to have a little word with you on how things are going to start going with social media, a few changes I'm making for business reasons around here. One, if you're following me on Facebook, you're following me on Instagram, you're following me on Snapchat for some fucking reason, because I'm not really active on there. If you're following me on YouTube, I ain't going nowhere. Alright, we're just kind of changing the scheduling a little bit. And I am starting to post more often on Patreon. I actually just set my Patreon up just before Christmas, and I started getting active with it this month, actually. Patreon, what that is think of it as subscription service. Heartburn. Anyway, with Patreon, I've got 3 tiers of subscription. I'll start with that. I broke it down like the tiers of color belt ranks as a martial artist, because that's what I know. I mean, I've been a martial artist since 1993, and here we sit January 25th of 2018. So I've been in the martial arts club for a few minutes. What we have is a beginner student. That's $1 a month. Beginner student level gets access to my written work. I'll be writing at least 1 article a week, and what that gets is written work. Like I said, it might be something I find amusing, something I found annoying, something that made me mad, training content, training methods, training drills. It could, anything training related. I might write something like as far as preparedness related, because I do believe in being prepared for various eventualities as far as like, natural disaster and things like that. Because shit does happen. And I think part of being personally secure is being able to keep your ass alive, whether that be fighting, avoiding a fight, keeping yourself fed, or just keeping your body temperature at 98.6. Things like that. When I figure out how to insert pictures into an article on Patreon, I'll start doing some kind of product reviews and stuff like that too. On the note of product reviews, I do not want paid product reviews at all. I'd rather be paid by the people reading the review than the maker of the equipment. Whether they do or don't, that to me seems like you're buying an opinion. When you see a product review, it'll be something I either really like or I really don't like. And it'll be something that myself or somebody that I know is using or already owns. It might be issued gear. I've got a lot of friends who are police officers. It might be some of their issued equipment. It might be personally owned equipment. You never know. And it could be someone that comes here to train with me privately. It could be some of their gear as well. So, but anyway, it'll be gear that's bought and paid for. And I may buy stuff for review later if I get to where I'm making enough money off of it to justify that. Because if I just start buying stuff for the purpose of review, my wife might kill me. Because there's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't mind reviewing, so that wouldn't go over too well. But anyway, $1 a month gets you access to that. So you're going to get at least 4 articles, about 25 cents an article. Now, you step up to the intermediate student tier, that's going to be $3 a month, $3. That would also get you a weekly video, a month before that video goes onto YouTube. Why am I doing that? Well, one, if it's on YouTube, I can use that to drive more people to Patreon and thereby make more money off of it. But why don't I just put it off YouTube? Because Kenny ain't making no money off YouTube. Okay? YouTube has went through and demonetized a lot of channels, and whatever, they're right. Their own company, they can do what the fuck they want, just like I can do what I want with my company. The problem is, they have took what they wanted and deemed anything pro-gun, anything kind of right-wing politic, anything like that, and deemed it not suitable for most advertisers and demonetized it. So, that's most of my videos. Now, with that, when you're not making any money off something and you're self-employed like myself, to make that video that I'm not going to make any money on, now, marketing, I get it. It is good marketing. I understand that. Right on. It's marketing assets I don't have to pay for. However, I have to take time away from the things that do make me money, guaranteed to make me money, to do things that might make me money. And that doesn't set well with me. All right. I do the training thing as a business, not just as a public service or anything like that. That's why I don't do charity training. You know, I just don't. If I'm going to put time and effort into sharing my knowledge, then that's how I make my living. So I can't keep doing it for free. Now, there are certain instances where I will conduct training with people for free, but that's very heavily vetted and it's not something just anybody can do. All right. How do you do that? Be a first responder, law enforcement, fire, EMS. All right. In North Carolina, because that's where I operate out of. For private training, I do charge a reduced rate for currently serving military. I can't charge military for free because you know how many military guys live within an hour of me. Newsflash, it's a lot. I'm an hour from Fort Bragg. So, if I did, as much as myself, being a Marine Corps veteran, as much as I would like to do military training for free, it's just not, there's no way I'd make any money doing that. And when what you're doing is what keeps the lights on, you sometimes have to learn to say no matter how much your heartstrings say otherwise. So, YouTube's not paying me anything. So essentially anything I'm putting on YouTube is time, effort, and knowledge into something that's not making me any money. Obviously, I need to remedy that. So I go to Patreon. With Patreon, I get a monthly subscription fee, and if I get to where I'm making more money off something, I'll put more time and effort into it. So when I put more time and effort into it, that helps you guys. Why? Because you get better videos more often. That's simple. Now, I'm still going to post videos to YouTube one full calendar month after they go up on Patreon. So if you want to get it early, get on Patreon. There are going to be things that I do on Patreon, a lot of things that don't go on YouTube. Like the foundational series that I'm starting today. But we'll get on that in a minute. An advanced student tier on Patreon is $5 a month. That gets you written work, videos, and a weekly open source intelligence summary that I put out. Open source intelligence means it's totally unclassified, it's non-official, stuff like that. But, and I can't say precisely where I get that from due to a subscriber agreement with where I get it from. With that, I am allowed to disseminate what's in there. It's highly vetted, and I prepare it, and I analyze it, and that's what I do, either Sunday or Monday. I work on a weekly intelligence report. That's yours for $5 a month, in addition to written and video work. Now, I do get daily briefings from that same provider, and if there's something breaking that I see, I'll absolutely throw that on there, and the $5 subscribers will have access to that. What all the written work consists of? Stuff that I find amusing, stuff that I find annoying, stuff that pisses me off, product reviews, training material, survival material, video, same things, just in a video format. Now, when you get to the intelligence stuff, you may get breaking information, and you will absolutely get a weekly briefing from me on my Patreon, and you just click on that and read through it, and it's mostly foreign. It is 99% foreign. So, if you get ready to travel out of the country, check it out. And or if you have assets of some kind, business assets, family, friends, whatever overseas, might be something to look into. Maybe give them a little bit of heads up if they don't already know. So we're going to Patreon for that purpose. And while I'm talking about Patreon, I've already established that YouTube's demonetized a lot of channels. So if you get on Patreon, if you just follow me, that's cool. I certainly do appreciate it. But I would also strongly encourage you to follow various other content providers that are on Patreon. A few that come to mind offhand, Suits 00. Don seems to be great people. I've never met him, but very knowledgeable as far as equipment and things like that. Good guy to follow. Tommy at Free Field Training. Between doing uniform security work for a while and bouncing for as long as I have, I've learned a lot of good stuff from his channel. I certainly advise you check him out. If you like old guns like me, Ian at Forgotten Weapons. If you want to see some interesting shooting stuff, Ian from Forgotten Weapons and Carl Casarda at In Range, check those guys out. They're on Patreon as well. Tim at Military Arms Channel, he's on Patreon. I'm pretty sure Veteran 8888's on there. Eric and Chad seem to be good people. I know a lot of people that think very highly of them. So I think they're on Patreon, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, get on Patreon, look around, and if there's a content creator who produces content that you really enjoy, if you can, I mean, I would strongly encourage you to support them, however you can. So, also on there, when he gets to where he's making so much money off of it, James Price, the guy who brought you the original Death Valley magazine as it was posted online. I know I used to share a lot of his stuff before he quit doing that. And I'm going to start sharing some of his articles again in hopes of driving people towards his Patreon as well, because he put a lot of good knowledge out there over the years. So, we're going to Patreon, and YouTube will be a month late. So, that's the price of it being free, is it's late. So, the big driving force between me going to Patreon is if I'm making money off of it, I can produce better quality stuff. If I can produce better quality stuff, I'm more likely to get a lead for training off of it. It has nothing to... Now, granted, making money off video does have a lot to do with it. It really does, because I can go out here in the shop and shoot video, and cool, that's great. But ideally, if it gets me producing better quality video, then I'm more likely to get training leads off of it for people that want to come train in person, which makes me substantially more money. It all comes down to business, and this is a business. This isn't, I'm here. Will I help you? Yeah, sure. I'll help you however I can. But in the end, I got to make sure me and mine are taken care of. So that's the driving force of this. This better enables me to do that. What do you get for your money? Well, when I get to where I'm making $100 a month off Patreon, 100, that would be 25 subscribers at the $5 level. Now, I know you just did the math in your head and you're going to call me bullshit. I only get $4 and change out of that $5. All right, Patreon's got to make their money too. So, when I get 25 subscribers, I'm going to start doing a monthly giveaway. And I don't know what the hell I'm going to give away yet. I'll come up with something. I might make a few Kydex lapel daggers, send out a handful of them to somebody. I might, buy some piece of gear and send it. I might, who knows? But it'll be something that I would want to get in a giveaway. I mean, it's not going to be bullshit. So, at least in my eyes, it won't be. I'm the one giving it away, so I'm the one that really matters. Again, I don't know what the value will be on it. I don't know, because I'm not at that point yet. When I get to where I'm making $250 a month off YouTube, not YouTube, wow, that'll be a day. If I'm making $250 a month off YouTube, I think I made like 8 cents last year off YouTube. Not even kidding. But if I get to where I'm making $250 a month off Patreon, what I'll do is I'll double the articles and videos. And I'd probably go to doing my own analysis again instead of just waiting on my weekly big thing on Intel and going through that every day and putting a second Intel summary up every week, doubling everything. Now, continuing. Me and my wife have entertained the idea of when we get to where we're making a certain amount of money off of it, doing something like a podcast on Patreon. That's still in the works. We're not certain on how or if we're going to do that yet, but I'm going to do everything I can to make it worth y'all's while for subscribing. Again, I do appreciate you all following us. If you're not following my other social media accounts, I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/totalforce. This is going on there. I'm on YouTube, youtube.com/totalforce. That's probably how you're seeing this. Patreon.com/totalforce. Can't stress that one enough. The T and the F on all those are capitalized. I'm on Instagram, it's Total Force Combat. That would be yours truly. And on there, you're liable to see pictures that I take in the gym, pictures from different events, pictures from working projects if I can take pictures of those. Sometimes I can't. Pictures of my dogs, and my Malinois really cute. All my dogs are really, really awesome. So you might see pictures of my doggies on there. It's crazy shit I do at work when I'm bouncing. Lord only knows what you're going to find on there. I'm also on Snapchat, and name on there is Total Force CEO. I'm not very active, but I do intend on changing that. I have a Telegram channel, Total Force Holdings Incorporated. Grab my phone right quick. I think that's what it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's on Total Force Holdings Inc. T.me/Total Force Holdings Inc. So I'm on Telegram. If you want to join me on there, I don't put much on there, but again, it's another thing that I intend to change. If you desire to come train in person and you're a local first responder, unless I already know you, bring your agency ID, and you'll fill out some paperwork, and all that paperwork is a liability waiver, and won't cost you anything but your time. And I might hit you. I won't hit you hard. Okay, I just lied. I probably will hit you hard. But anyway, you'll deserve it if I hit you hard, because that means I told you to fix something one too many times. And words didn't work, so ask, tell, make, right? Anyway, if you're a local first responder, you can train for free. If you're not a first responder, shoot me an email, totalforcecombat@gmail.com. Give me a call, 910-466-1506. I've got a Google voice line, and it asks for your name and all. If you don't give me that, I'll think you spam. Won't even pick it up. So, well, I'll pick it up, but I'll just ignore the call. Easiest way, give me your name, organization if you have one. Let me know, hey, I'm looking for training. I'll hook you right up. And depending on what you want to do, we'll work out a cost on that. When it's private, I can work a little bit more. I'm not running any group training yet, simply because I don't have access to a range that'll let me do what I think needs to be done. Hand-to-hand combat, weapon retention, stick and knife, yeah, we're down for that. Right in here. We'll make this happen. Also, my website, totalforceholdingsinc.weebly.com. Inc is in INC. totalforceholdingsinc.weebly2es.com. WEEBLY. Hop on there. I haven't put much on there in a while, but I do intend to change that as well. Some of the articles that I write on Patreon, guess what? In a month, they're going on my website. And if you want to contact me out there, click contact form. I'm pretty sure I have all my social media attached, or at least most of it. Knock that out. I don't know what my Google Plus account is. I haven't been on Google Plus in years, plural. Twitter, same thing. The only thing I use Twitter for is to link what goes on my personal Facebook page and my business Facebook page. So that's not really that entertaining. But check out the rest of my social media. Thank y'all for sticking around and following me as long as y'all have. For the long time, guys. For those of y'all who just got started, hang on. It's going to be a hell of a ride. If you want to get up on my Patreon, I'd certainly appreciate that. And again, make certain you're following other content providers. And while I'm at it, I'm going ahead and say, if you get on Patreon, I'd be personally obliged if you'd follow JP Cervantes 180A. That's Juliet Papa, Charlie, Echo, Romeo, Victor, Alpha, November, Tango, Echo, Sierra 180 Alpha. That's a very good friend of mine. And also follow his business, Noose Defiance Group, November, Oscar, Uniform, Sierra, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, India, Oscar, November, Sierra, Golf, Romeo, Papa. It's Noose Defiance GRP. Patreon.com/Noose Defiance GRP. Or GRP, rather. I'd be obliged if you follow them as well. So, that's it. I hope to see y'all on more social media than just this. And I hope to see y'all training with me at some time. And until next time, stay safe, stay frosty, stay dangerous, and you can never train too hard in a world that might kill you.